Welcome back to our Unstuck series, where I help you create a business that works. I'm Adriana Cowart, mergers and acquisitions specialist and business strategist, and the president of Chisca Group Business Brokers. And in today's video, we'll go over how to target and attract the right client for your business. We all hear about this ideal client concept. Well, it is a very powerful concept that can completely turn around your business. So let me ask you this. Have you ever gave real thought about what the ideal client is for your business? If you did, please put yes underneath the video. I'm curious how many business owners actually go through this process on their own. So let's see, what makes a client an ideal client? First, he needs your product, or at least he would really love to have your product, right? Second, he can actually afford your product. Third, and a very important one, he is willing to pay your prices. He loves your product so much that even if price is high, the benefits that he gets for the product far outweighs the cost for him. And fourth, and also a major one, is that this client is not difficult to work with. Have you ever had a client that came to buy a product or a service from you and you had to customize it 10 times by the time he was done ordering it? And after all the work you did to make him happy, he tried to negotiate the price and lower it. And if he made a partial payment and he had payments afterwards, you had to hunt him month after month to convince him to pay you the balance. Well, many of the clients that we work with have a lot of clients like that. And that is definitely not an ideal client. So let's figure out what the ideal client is for you. Before I go any further, I want to say that this is the third video in our Unstuck series. A series that is teaching you how to build a business that works. The strategies that I tell you in this business are strategies that we use with our clients in our Unstuck program, which is a 3-month program that does exactly that. Helps our clients really fast build a business that works. And there is information about the program underneath this video if you want to look at it later. In the last video, we talked about how when you are stuck, you find a way to fix your problem, and then you have to figure out if you fix the problem or not. And I was teaching you about how to put certain measurements in place. If you haven't seen the video, I will put the link underneath this video, or you just can subscribe to my channel and go through the playlists. Now, if you did watch it, please type yes underneath this video so I know how many people are watching it. Okay, so let's go back to our video. Now, when we get stuck, most business owners, we try to do these big changes to our business, these epic changes that may make a little difference right then, but they don't actually have effect long term. The secret to making your business work really well on a consistent basis is to find best practices that you can implement in your business, right? Practices that produce result and you can do every single day. But before you can create these habits, you have to figure out what makes your business tick, right? And nothing makes your business tick than your clients that buy your products, right? And that brings us back to our question. Who are your best clients, your ideal clients? Most business owners go through 3 stages of identifying who their target is. First is the anybody phase. Anybody out there that's human and breathes is a potential client for your business, so you try to reach everybody. Now, after you spend a lot of money on trying to reach these people and you got a lot of no's, I'm not interested, you realize, well, maybe there are some demographics I can put in place. Now, this is stage number 2, where you realize that you have to target a smaller group. And you usually target what other businesses are doing. You base your demographics on what other similar businesses are basing theirs. And finally, when that doesn't work too well either, you start to look for your own market. But to be able to do that, you have to be very clear on what your company does and what your company needs. Because your ideal client, it's a client that loves your product, but also a client that you love working with. For example, my business has 2 elements. One, it's we sell businesses. The second one is we coach business owners how to make their businesses work, right? So we have 2 demographics. For the brokerage part of our business, our ideal client is any person that owns a business that is between 60 to 75 years old, right? That's the retirement age, and that's when people actually really think about selling the business. We do have people that are younger that sell a business to buy another business, or something happens and they have to let it go and they're selling it. But the demographic that will make the most of our money and it's more likely to absolutely need us, it's business owners age 60 to 75. Now, when it comes to selling businesses, we also have clients that are extremely difficult, not because they're mean people, but because they are overly attached to their business. They see it as their baby and nobody's good enough to buy it. So those sellers will actually sometimes make it impossible to sell the business, even though they do need to sell it. So coming from that, our ideal brokerage clients are the ones that know that we're really good at what we're doing and trust our process and don't try to sabotage every single step of the way. Now, the other side of our business, the sides where we get business owners unstuck and help them build businesses that work, is usually a different demographic. It's people between 30 to 55 years old that are still trying to make money with their business and they're not ready to let it go yet. People that their well-being depends on the business's well-being. Now, our ideal clients are clients that either heard from us from somebody else or simply realize that we are really good at what we're doing and trust the process. Not only that, but clients that understand the value of this. In 3 months, they will get the results that they would get in 2-3 years doing it on their own. But if they don't understand it and they try to negotiate the price, every single price step of the way, also they struggle with making any kind of change that we recommend, that is a difficult client that will not really benefit from our program and a client that we don't particularly enjoy working with. Stop the video and give it some thought. Who is the most likely person to buy your product, to need your product? And then type it as a comment underneath. This will help you clarify it in your mind. Now, to make it easy to understand the importance of finding the right client, I will give you an example from one of our clients. My client's name is Ben. He had a AC business in New Orleans. Now in Louisiana, AC businesses do good. The heat gets really crazy in the summer. You cannot survive without your AC on it. So Ben had a ton of clients all over the place. Actually, Ben had so many clients that he was getting completely overwhelmed and burned out to the point where he was ready to just let the business go. So he came to us and asked us, how can he get unstuck? What can he do? In his case, the problem wasn't that he wasn't making money. The problem was that to reach his goals, he had to constantly add clients. So we figured out right away that the best strategy for him is to reduce the number of clients, but get more money from the clients that he does keep. So we look at his business. Ben's business had a great reputation, and he had clients that recommended clients all the time. The problem was that he was working himself to death trying to service all. So I asked Ben to look at his business and find out who are his top 20 clients that year, the ones that spend the most on his services for that year. Now, once he found those clients, I asked Ben to only select the clients that paid on time and didn't try to negotiate the prices. Now, once he put that list together, we looked together and tried to figure out what do all these clients have together? Who are they? He noticed that these clients live in households where they're both adults that make money, both of them, and their children are older. Almost all these clients, their children were at the age where they moved out of the house, they went to college, or they got married, or they moved, and now the parents were trying to downsize. They no longer needed a bigger house. They bought a new house, but at their age, comfort was very important. And the first thing they did when they bought a new house is to make sure that the AC system is great. Hence, they invested a great amount of money to make sure that the AC system was great. So for these people, comfort was important. They also had money because there were two people that all of a sudden didn't have to spend so much on their children. Well, except if the kids were in college, but still. So Ben agreed with us. To make the most amount of money doing the least amount of work, he will have to target this type of people and say no to everybody else. Because one of these bigger jobs would replace 10 smaller jobs. And a lot of times the amount of work was equal. Now, once Ben was very clear who his target clients are, we have to figure out what is the best way to reach those clients, right? We thought about it and we found, honestly, a brilliant strategy that completely transformed Ben's business in that year. So we did realize that these people are downsizing, right? And usually they use realtors for that. So we decided Ben should go contact as many realtors as he can and let them know that he will give generous referral fee for any of these clients that the realtors send to Ben. The results of this strategy were stunning. Ben made more in those 3 months in the summer that he has made the previous entire year. doing less than half of the work than he did before. Not only he worked way less, but also he didn't have to constantly try to figure out what marketing strategies to use. He found one to work, and that's what he was using over and over and over, and he was done. We actually find a brilliant way to reach his customers directly. Now let's look at your business. Did you figure out who your ideal client is? If not, do yourself a favor right now. Pause the video, figure out who your ideal client is, and come back so I can tell you the next step. I'll wait. Okay, I'll assume that now you have your ideal client. Now that you know who ideal client is, think a little bit. What would trigger your client needing your services? When it comes to the AC business, with Ben's business, what triggered the need for AC services is these clients downsizing and buying a new house. What about your business? What about your products? What would make your client say, "Ooh, I need this"? For example, my brokerage clients sell businesses, right? So the trigger for my clients usually is, "Oh, I need to retire soon, I'm older. What do I do with the business? Oh, I need to sell it. How do I sell it? I need a broker," right? And now that you know what triggers that, the next thing is to figure out, where are your clients? What do they meet? What do they have in common? And what is the best place to go find them, right? Because once you find out where these people hang out, you need to become an active participant in those communities. Either directly, you go there, tell everybody who you are and what you do, or through advertising and marketing. So let's go back to your business. Who are your ideal clients? What triggers them to buy your product? And where do they hang out? Where do they all go at their stage in their life? Once you figure these things out, you know exactly where to go to reach your clients. Now, if you need a little help figuring this out, post a question underneath the video and I'll do my best to answer all questions and help you out. Now, if you're really overwhelmed in your business and you feel that you don't have time to keep trying different things and you need your business fixed right now, please go check out our Unstuck program. This is a 3-month program that you'll turn your business from what it is now into a business that works. You can find a link to this program underneath this video. And of course, if you'd rather take your time and repair your business yourself, feel free to keep watching these videos. And to get notified when these videos are released, click subscribe and click on a bell. Also, if you like this video, please let me know by clicking like. See you in the next video.